Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday. It's July 20th. I'm Courtney Savala. It's good to be back. Derek has the day off. Don't panic. He's going to be back, too. But Lauren Kelly, it's so good to see you in person, my friend.
It is so good to see you, Courtney. Like, I had discussed this when you were off last week with Derek. I haven't seen you guys in person since St. Patrick's Day in March. This is the first time I've seen you physically in person in 4 months.
Word. That is crazy. Well, I was so excited driving into work today, knowing that I would see you, and I didn't realize it was St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, that's how long it's been.
Oh my gosh. And let me tell you, the odds are always that I'm going to wear something leopard, and I almost did. Wouldn't that be great?
I picked this out kind of secretly hoping that you would, but then your mask is leopard printed.
I do have a leopard mask, and that's what I walked in with. So, you know, you can always count on me to have some, because it's a neutral.
It makes me feel better.
I know.
It kind of hides all the quarantine.
Oh, stop it, girl.
Mumbo jumbo.
You look great. And
Thank you.
leopard's a neutral. Looks great. I love the pop of blue, and it looks awesome on you.
Thank you.
So much fun to be had on this Monday.
I'm so excited you're here. I want to hear all about your entire week and all the things that happened. You had a nice little, you have a glow. You always have a glow, but you have an extra glow today.
We got some R&R for sure, and we're going to talk about the week away. But we've got some sweet treats, right, coming up on today's show.
Yes,
By the way, I asked this to Andy and Christine earlier today. How do you say pecan?
I say pecan.
Okay, good. Not a pecan.
Versus pecan.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much, Katie. Definitely a pecan. There's a big pecan sign. If anybody's ever driven to Austin, I'm sure just straight down the 71, I think, down there, the big pecan sign. And
there's more.
I always say it out loud. I always say it out loud just because I know that it's pecan.
And this looks amazing. So we're going to talk about this story coming up. This is candied pecans, our pecans of hope. And this little business, this little venture was actually created during quarantine. It's a really cool story. And can we open these? Can we eat them?
Can we taste them? They look very
awesome. Okay.
Delicious.
And what's with the bunt? Do you guys love My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Is that how you say it?
No, bunt cake.
Okay, because I've only been saying it bunt.
No. But remember in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, it was a bunt. This is a cake with a hole. No one knew what it was.
Okay. So also coming up, we have the baker's man on today. James Ephraim is his name, and he has gone from being a Marine, he was a banker, and now he's a baker. So he is the baker's man, and I tried these, and he has 7 different flavors that he sells around town. He bakes like 500 different cakes a day and then takes them and sells them around town at different farmers markets and things, and they are fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I'm so excited for today's sweets.
Oh my gosh, such great stories, sweet stories as well. And I love shining the spotlight. And these are 2 Houston men doing these businesses, right?
Yes.
Oh
Which
my
is really
gosh.
cool. I gotta taste this.
Oh, this is going in. You know what? After a vacation, you know, all bets, or during a vacation, bets are off for me. I don't really pay attention. I try to eat clean. I don't count anything. I'm not looking at any of that. But when I'm on vacation, y'all, let me just tell you, it's on. It is on. I'm eating everything in sight, snacks there. So we went to Tennessee.
Okay.
We were in Nashville. And the second I landed in Nashville, I said, I want biscuits with every meal.
Oh, yes.
Something fried, and just like keep it coming. Yeah. So we had such a great time. But the reason why we were gone is my oldest son, Connor, who's 12, and his 12U Thunder team, they participated in the Gold Rush, which is Cal Ripken's experience in Pigeon Forge.
Baseball, right?
Baseball. That's why we were there. And look at the view, y'all. I mean, these fields were so amazing. Cal Ripken experience was so incredible. These are I would lock arms with these mamas 24/7. These are all the moms on the team, and they are such a great group. And there's the boys there. That was, I believe, at the end of the first game, and they have their Thunder masks on.
Okay.
One of the grandmas made that. But look at that.
Wow. I've never actually been to or played at a baseball field with a mountain as the backdrop.
Y'all, it was so incredible. I wish I could tell you that it was 65 degrees. It was not. It was hot. And this is what happens when your mom's on a TV show. You're able to show pictures of your son at bat.
What a great sweet. No, that's a perfect position.
Connor had a great tournament. The entire team did. And let me tell you, they went undefeated up until the very last day. And the team that beat us won the whole thing. They were 6-1. And this is out of 30 teams.
Wow.
From 18 different states.
That is a just demonstration of how good they were. They went all the way. And
and look at when you're 12 and 13 years old, you get to make that face like, come get me.
Yeah, the serious face.
I dare ya. So this was so cool. That's the 2020 Gold Rush tournament. They did get some hardware, y'all. I wish I would have brought the picture of that. They got a serious ring for 5th place, and it's giant. I mean, it doesn't. I could put probably both my thumbs in there, but it was such a cool thing and such a great thing to be part of. And it was a good mix of baseball and vacation.
Right. Well, in Nashville, you're in Tennessee. What a perfect place to get a little R&R. Yeah.
And I've never been. My family, we have never been to Nashville. You haven't either?
Never. It's on the list. It's on the list for sure.
Let me tell you guys something. Not everything is open. There's masks, and everybody's doing their part to stay healthy. Broadway, which is where all the bars and everything is in Nashville. Kind of questionable. I mean, there are people walking around without their masks. I mean, not us.
You guys.
I was like, we got to wrap this up. We got to get out of here because this is like making me nervous.
Giving me a little anxiety. Yeah.
But I thought of you because I'm surprised that you haven't been to Nashville, but we did the Grand Ole Opry backstage tour. They are not in concert right now.
Okay.
For crowds, but they are still doing their Saturday radio show.
Yep.
But the backstage tour, I'm giving myself chills right now too, because this was such an incredible experience. We went behind stage. They did this whole movie on how the Opry started. It even has its own post office. So you could write Willie Nelson, you can write Dolly Parton, and the rumor is you just put on their Grand Ole Opry, Nashville, Texas, and Nashville, Tennessee, and it'll get to the post office.
That is so cool.
Look at the dressing rooms.
I'm so glad that you guys got to take this tour, because that is a 100% I must stop. If I am here in this city, in this little town, that for sure is so cool.
At the end, we walk out on stage, and it is supposed to give you that church-like feel. The crowd sits in pews, very similar to the Ryman Theater is what those chairs look like there. And 4,400, I think, is the capacity for the Grand Ole Opry, and there we were on stage.
That is so neat. You would never get to do that any other time.
Any other time, and that's the circle.
Wow.
And that's the original wood from the Ryman Theater that's there, and watching all these people being asked, these performers to be asked to be members, and the sheer surprise, and who is a member? Willie Nelson. I mean, all of these people, and those plaques when you walk in, there's somebody that's going to be asked too, and that plaque is blank right now.
Right.
So until they can have a live audience and actually bring that person back for that celebration, y'all, I got to tell you that it is now on my bucket list. And I mean, I did it, so I checked it off. But I want to go back when I could actually see a concert and witness that venue.
Yeah.
But we did that tour on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday, Saturday morning. And Saturday night, we warmed up the stage for Vince Gill and Reba McEntire. That's who took the stage at the Opry Saturday night.
They're still having performances just minus the audience.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Doesn't that give you goosebumps to just think about that?
It was unreal. And with your music background, Lauren, you have got to go. It was so awesome and well worth it.
That is so cool. When you were out last week, we got to talk to Ray Wiley Hubbard.
Yes.
Who performed at the Opry in his 70s. So you talk about checking off a bucket list even.
Oh, my word.
In your 70s. I think we have a little clip of this if you guys want to check this out. Ray Wiley Hubbard.
I did the Opry last year. It was my debut. I was 72.
Oh, wow.
And some people said, isn't that kind of old to make your debut at the Grand Ole Opry? And I said, well, I didn't want to peak too soon. And so, like I say, it's still a joy for me, writing and performing. And I feel very fortunate not only to have these great musicians on the record, but also to be able to, call them friends.
So cool.
So cool.
So cool.
And the history, and just to be asked to perform at the Opry. Now I'm drawing a blank on his name, but during the Welcome movie, when you walk in there, and it takes you back from the very first performance, the iconic Minnie Pearl, all of these. But there was a guy that stood up, a performer, and he said, you know, I worked security here as a kid. Wow. And he is on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, and he said, I just can't believe I knew one day I would get here, and I thought it was a dream, and here I am. I mean, like the hairs on the back of your neck. Standing up. And I wish I could remember his name. I know I wrote it down on my phone because I always take notes like that. But it's so incredible. And to hear at 72 to be asked to play, and you're sort of like, oh,
wow.
Finally. Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. I didn't want to peek too soon.
Yeah, no, he was good. That is for sure, though, a bucket list item. I'm so glad that you guys got to go there.
Yeah, definitely want to go back when they're welcoming crowds again, because the concerts there, I'm sure the acoustics, they said there's not a bad seat in the house. So what about bucket list? I'm guessing that's one of yours on your...
Oh, it's for sure on mine. But you know what else is on mine? I want to go and stay in one of those bungalows on top of, like, the beautiful blue crystal clear water. Like it's the Maldives or it's in Fiji.
Right, okay.
That you see looks like a postcard. I will one day get there. I for sure will one day get there.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I've always thought about that. That and then singing alongside maybe Cher at a concert is on the list.
Oh,
We're just taking small things at a time.
Little things at a time. And speaking of concerts, I think my bucket list concert would be Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, that's
I have never seen Bruce Springsteen in concert, and I think maybe the older I get, and especially maybe summertime, it's a lot of his music is on my playlist, and I keep thinking, man, why have I not seen this guy in concert? Or the Rolling Stones, haven't seen them either.
Yeah. Oh, well. As soon as the Stones and the Boss come back, I will get you there.
Yes, we need to go. Or let's go back to Nashville together.
Oh, okay.
That would be super fun. Yeah. So we want you guys too at home. Let us know what's on your bucket list. Some of the things, maybe you just recently did them. I'd also maybe one day like to run a marathon. I know that's crazy.
That's not crazy at all.
That is crazy.
You could probably do it now. 26 miles.
That's a lot.
You got it.
That's a lot. That's. I was only half crazy to do a couple halves. Now I'm full crazy. But check us out on social media. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. You guys always have such great ideas. Yeah. And I'm sure nothing will beat what you guys have got on your bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, another challenging thing I think is self-care. Yeah. Now, during a normal time, I would always go get a facial, massage. My husband likes to get massages. Orlando suffers from a lot of migraines. Yep. So he goes and gets massages when he feels kind of one coming on. He gets really bad kind of neck cramps too. And haven't been able to do that. So do you do any self-care at home? I mean, like, I can't meditate or do yoga. So that to me doesn't work. And I know people say, take a minute, 2 minutes. It stresses me out more to meditate, but maybe there's something else I can do, you know?
Right. No, I get it. I have a spa tub in our bathroom, and I will fill it up with bubbles, and that's really the only place for me to go because the dogs are coming in, the phone's ringing, or there's an email that I have to respond to, or Gabriel needs something for his work, and I try to help him. It's like it doesn't stop.
It does not stop.
So you have to make the effort to just take a minute.
I know, whether that means locking yourself in a closet. I mean, let's face it, we're going to be teaching our kids again. So, and even Oscar, I go to the bathroom and he's scratching and crying. I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, you don't get 5 minutes, Courtney.
No, and I do think it's important during this time. Everybody's stressed out, and just because we've been sort of this new normal for a while doesn't make the stress level any less. True. Absolutely. And I feel like we need to find a way to decompress, because a lot of things, you know, sometimes we're kind of like, we just go with the flow. Yeah. And we start blowing up at the ones that we love and then not realize, like, we think we're not stressed, right? And then you realize, like,
everybody else notices that.
Hang on a second. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll try to figure that out. Sometimes, you know, my morning walks, I do a 2-mile walk every morning with the dog, and I feel, and my workouts too, I do feel like that's necessary. Maybe that's my self-care.
I agree with the workout. The workout makes me feel better, not just physically. That is a mental. Everything. I'm releasing stress. I can feel, even though it's like super hot outside, just getting out there and letting it all, just leave it on the grass.
Yeah. And my thing is, I'm not thinking about it. Yeah. And I think that's the problem. I don't know how to meditate, and I can't do yoga. not that I can't, it's just, I don't enjoy it. I'm not gonna get hate mail from that, but I can't let it go.
Right.
And so for a workout, a run, a walk, or something like that, I'm thinking about the craziness in the workout, but I'm not thinking about everything else that I need to do. That's why everybody leaves a yoga class like
I can't.
Was that amazing? I'm like,
right
no.
there with you. I need like the fast-paced music, like the screamer music.
I know.
Just give it to me. I need that.
Death metal, something. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know, for real.
Right? To just kind of like let it go. And you know, speaking of workouts, do you remember a few months ago we did it? I think this was back in early March, so right before everything kind of got crazy here. I introduced you to Elliot Perez, who is a fitness instructor, and introduced you to a class that he does for Silver Sneakers.
Of course I remember him.
And such a fun class. I mean, we have 90-year-olds, 70-year-olds, all these men and women getting up. There he is at the front of the class. He also was nominated and took home the Silver Sneaker Instructor of the Year award. And Elliot, we're reaching out to you because we want to say, get well, stay healthy, keep battling. He is in the hospital currently battling COVID-19. And my heart is breaking for you, my friend. And I know that you can beat this. And he's a healthy person.
Right, right.
And his story basically is, he said, I wore my mask, someone did not, and now he's in the hospital. And he is battling every single day. He gets shots multiple times a day, antibody shots. He was talking today that he gets shots in his stomach, a steroid, and his stomach is all black and blue. And we are pulling for you, my friend Elliot. You're going to get back and teach those classes soon. And Lauren, I know he's going to chat with us tomorrow about his experience and helping spread the word on what we can do to stay healthy. And we're sending you big hugs and lots of love, my friend.
Oh, yeah, I hope he gets better soon, for sure.
Absolutely.
What a nice guy.
Okay, coming up on today's show, lots of really fun stuff. Again, we're talking about those critical self-care tips. It's National Self-Care Day, and coming up on July 24th, it will be, and it couldn't come soon enough, right? While drinking wine in a bubble bath is amazing.
Yes.
But true self-care is a lot more than that. We're going to discuss physical, mental, and spiritual self-care tools to help you cope with quarantine.
And founder and owner of The Baker's Man, James Ephraim, is sweetening our Monday. He bakes and sells miniature bundt cakes in 7 different flavors. He started his business several years ago while working as a banker. He'll tell us where we can pick up some of his delicious cakes all around Houston.
And speaking of sweets, when we come back, we're going to meet the local college student who started spreading joy during the pandemic with his candied pecans. That's his business.
Oh, yum.
I know. Yum. We'll be right back. Eat up.
You know, for some college students, being back at home during the pandemic meant more than time to relax, exercise, or even watch some TV.
But for a young Houstonian studying in Washington, D.C., this time was an opportunity to turn a family recipe into a way to spread joy and hope.
My name is Miles Aceves Lewis. I'm 20 years old. Being a native Texan, pecans, permeate my life in many ways, especially during the holidays. I very much look forward to pecans during Thanksgiving and Christmas, whether they're candied or whether they're praline. Pecan pie, absolutely love pecan pie. And so pecans have always been a staple in my household. They're a Texas delicacy. When I first came home, it was very tough adjusting to being back home for a long period of time. And while I had classes online, I did have a lot more free time on my hands. I didn't have any extracurriculars or any time with friends. And so with all that time, I decided that I would make a Texas delicacy, candied pecans, and that I would send some to my friends who were, spread out all over the United States, to kind of be like a care package and to kind of be a way that I showed them that I cared for them and that I was thinking of them. They absolutely loved it. And I think, above all, they said that it brought them hope. That's kind of when I thought that I could kind of make something out of this. We launched Pecans of Hope, and that was something that I've been thinking about as a concept for a few months now. So right now, as far as what we offer delicious cinnamon sugar candied pecans, cinnamon sugar, a secret ingredient, and pecans, and people love them. They're amazing. This has been from the start a home-based operation. Cooking and packaging, everything is in my house in Houston. And we make sure to be very sanitary with all that we do throughout the entire process. As far as finding the right recipe and finding the right process, it was definitely a lot of trial and error. So lots of experimentation. But yes, the recipe is a family recipe, and we're very proud of that. And we're very proud that it's kind of come alive again. And people are enjoying it. They're great for salads and pies and all sorts of desserts. And so we expect them to be a big hit in the fall and winter.
At Pecans of Hope, we sell baggies and jars. These are going to my friend's birthday party.
Our slogan is born out of quarantine, guaranteed to make things better. And that's exactly what we plan on doing. Also, we plan to donate a large portion of our profits. So not only are we bringing hope to you, we're bringing it to others.
Oh, what a great story. And I love these feel-good stories during this time. And by the way, y'all, they taste so good.
So good. Keep up the good work, Miles. Speaking of sweets, still ahead on today's show, I'm chatting with a former Marine turned banker turned baker. The baker's man, James Ephraim, shares the story behind his delicious miniature bundt cakes. Welcome back. And earlier, Courtney and I were discussing some of our bucket list items, and I want to take a look at some of our viewers' comments because they really do bring the best ones. This one is from Crystal. She says, see the northern lights?
Yeah.
Yes. Scuba the Great Barrier Reef and swim along with a blue whale.
Oh my gosh, those are all great ideas. Annette also wrote in that she wants to go to Yosemite, a concert at Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Yes, in
great
Colorado,
place.
yes.
Yeah, great place to see a concert. Also, she wants to work at a gift shop at the Grand Canyon. Okay, I like where you're going, Annette.
That's very different. I didn't think of that.
I know.
You know, so we...
Best of both worlds.
You know, Courtney, we did have a bucket list item planned. It was our RV adventure for this week, but we had to postpone it due to, you know, just the state of the city and the state. But we do have some good news. Igloo hooked us up for this RV adventure. So now we are hooking you up. It is an Igloo prize pack valued at more than $400 this week. You can enter to win right now. HoustonLife.TV. All the rules and regulations will be posted there too.
That's some major swag.
Like some of the stuff, there's a backpack cooler. There's literally a cooler that both you and I, Courtney, could fit inside with wheels on it. They've got the little tumblers. Awesome stuff from Igloo. Yeah,
that's going to help you guys get to your bucket list items for sure. Okay, good luck, and remember that's to enter. You can go to HoustonLife.TV. After the break, guys, some self-care tips that go beyond bubble baths and face masks. We're going to share ways to refuel your mind, body, and soul while in quarantine.
And coming up on tomorrow's show is the summer heat taking a toll on your garden, from watering to fertilizing tips, what you can do now to protect your plants.
Well, welcome back. Meteorologist Justin Stapleton is standing by with our weather update. It's hot. I think we've got some rain coming.
Yeah.
Spill the beans.
We got everything. All of it at this point. I'm gonna spill the pecans.
Yes.
I'm gonna steal some of those before I leave, by the way. Yeah, we've got both going on right now. North of I-10, it's mainly just the sizzle. We're in the 90s. As you get south, that's where we're seeing this area of low pressure that's trying to get itself put together. Right now, 20% chances this could turn into a weak tropical depression, but you see the majority of this is all just gonna kind of take this rain and shove it over top of us eventually by tonight and into tomorrow's forecast as well. That's one of two waves. The second one, ladies, is out here towards Cuba. We're going to watch this one. This one will likely come in late Thursday night, Friday into Saturday. As it does, it's going to bring more wet weather as well. So as you were just talking a minute ago about how do you keep your garden okay, I think the gardens are actually going to take a pretty good shot of some rain over the next 4 to 5 days here. But look at this, 95 in Bryan College Station, 81 in Galveston where they're getting the rain. So you see the contrast for that there. But we are going to keep a chance for some scattered showers and downpours, and some of these could be on the strong side, especially early tomorrow morning and I think by the afternoon. So just kind of keep an eye to the sky if you're out there, you know, walking the dog or whatnot. It could be a little messy, especially I think by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and obviously the Astros will be in town. They're ready to start their season as well as they get ready to take on the Mariners on Friday as we go into that as well. And then finally kind of calms down after that. But a couple of different ways, guys, we're going to have to watch real carefully. And I want to weigh in real quick on that bucket list item. When that, what was it, Annette? I think one of your viewers said Red Rocks. I got another place for you to go see a concert, the Gorge up in Central Washington. Absolutely phenomenal.
Justin with the ideas. I love it. Thanks so much. Great to see you, Justin.
Thank you, guys.
For many people, when they think of self-care, they imagine wine and bubble baths. While those can be great ways to unwind, true self-care should go a step further.
And Daya Executive Director Rachna Kaya is here to share some ways we can truly take care of ourselves while in quarantine. It's a wonderful topic. Thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, self-care, I think, as we said in the intro here, kind of sounds like a spa treatment
Right.
or something to pamper ourselves. And that is something that really needs a little bit more than that. It's a way to keep all of us in balance. And talk to us about why that's so important during this time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's this misconception that self-care is indulgent or that it's selfish, but actually it's quite the opposite. You know, if you are a caregiver, which so many of us are, whether it's being a parent or whether you're in a caregiving profession, you know, I work with so many social workers and counselors, case managers. It is critical that you take care of yourself in a really deliberate way before you can take care of others. So as you all know, there's that, you know, when you're on an airplane, they say, if the oxygen mask drops, put it on yourself before you put it on others. And that's really the best analogy for self-care. Until you're taking care of yourself, you can't really authentically give back to others. And so it's important that you're deliberately taking care of your physical health, your mental health, and your emotional health as well.
So, Rachna, Courtney and I were talking about how do we do this during quarantine? What is the best way for us to escape the dog, escape the kids, escape the phone? How do we do that while we're at home?
So I think the most important thing is that it is intentional and that it is all about you. So, you know, Courtney, you mentioned that you can't meditate, you can't do yoga, that your mind just races. And I totally get that. And so that shouldn't be your self-care, right? And you also talked about running. You all both mentioned how much you like working out. And that in of itself is self-care because you are taking care of your mind, your body, your emotions. It's all about doing the things that really feed you. So if you're in quarantine right now, and you seem to be missing the familiar, you know, folks who are missing going to church service or spending time with friends and family, there are ways that you can focus on that. You know, if you're not able to go to a large church service, you can perhaps light a candle, say a prayer with your family, with your spouse, you know, and of course there's FaceTime, there's texting. I know my friends and I do Netflix parties all the time. I'm FaceTiming with my nephews. So it's important that you don't try to recreate what you were doing to take care of yourself previously, and that you really just try to find new ways to do it. And then for people who are missing, who are getting bored, you know, I know there's tons of like Zoom fatigue and just really, really boring. You know, now's the time to really try something new. You could pick up a hobby. You can start journaling or writing, creating that bucket list, right? So there's lots of different ways to do self-care. I know myself as a pretty type A kind of person, I love making lists and like crossing stuff off a list. That feels really good to me. And so organizing the house or cleaning out a closet, although for some people that's a big chore, if that's self-care for you, lean into it is what I say. And so don't try to do something that's inauthentic. You got to do stuff that when you step back, you feel fed, you feel taken care of in your mind and your body and your soul.
Well, Rachna, let's talk about a real serious problem too. What's happening not only in our backyards, really around the country, around the world. Abuse rates during the pandemic, sadly, are up. Abuse is on the rise, whether we're talking about domestic, animal, alcohol abuse, you name it, it's on the rise. What are some places that people can go, or how do we get out of these types of abusive situations? Because right now, everyone is at home. There is no escaping.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so Daya, along with all of our sister domestic violence agencies in the city, we have had our eye on this very, very carefully. Just like in times of natural disasters, you know, after Hurricane Harvey, we saw an increase in calls. And this is a little bit different because this is a natural disaster. This is a public health issue with COVID going on. But we are not necessarily seeing the same kind of access to being able to reach out for help. Many victims are stuck at home with abusive spouses. The stay-at-home orders, while they're incredibly important, you know, we've been in close contact with Judge Hidalgo's office. They're not meant to keep survivors in unsafe homes. That's not the purpose of these orders. So I want to remind anyone out there who might be at home with an abusive partner that your safety is the most important thing. And all of our agencies, DIA is one of them, along with others throughout the city who work with domestic violence survivors, we are all open and we are all adjusting and innovating the ways that we can meet the clients where they are. Shelters are open, we're providing hotel spaces. We do not think that being at home for COVID means that you need to stay in an abusive home. And so this is also a really important time to safety plan. And safety planning is about creating that plan and that process of how you're either going to stay safe in the situation that you're in or how you're going to plan to flee. And so we often hear people say, why doesn't she just leave? Well, unfortunately, when you flee domestic violence, that is when your risk for homicide rises drastically. And so it needs to be a well thought out, very intentional plan. And throughout that plan, we really try to put in moments of self-care. And that can look like speaking to your counselor. It can look like holding your children at night, saying a prayer, meditating, or going for a walk, right? But we want to make sure that as people are fighting literally for their lives and for their children's lives, that they're also taking care of themselves so that they can really show up for themselves and for their children.
And check in on your friends. Give them a call. You can always email them or text them. Isn't that right? Just checking in on them on a daily basis could be very helpful.
That's right. And that's true now more than ever. I mean, now is the time to really be attuned to whether relationships feel unhealthy or unsafe. And also, most importantly, the biggest red flag is if you feel like a friend or neighbor or family member seems to be more isolated than normal, that is a huge red flag. And it is a great idea to check in on folks in a safe way, right? So using text, calling them, FaceTiming them, all of those things. And now's the time to do it. And as neighbors and as a community, we have to take care of one another, not only through COVID, but in these other public health crises that show up during disasters like COVID.
Well said. DIA Executive Director Rechna Kaye, thanks so much for joining us today. Great information.
Thank you. If you missed any of Rechna's tips, don't worry. We are going to post an article on our website to get you started on that self-care.
Great information.
Yeah.
And still ahead, have you ever wanted to write a book? A local best-selling author shares tips on how to get it done.
But first, from Marine to banker and now the baker's man, James Ephraim is telling us what made him decide to leave his corporate job to make delicious mini bundt cakes for a living. And that's after the break.
Welcome back. From banker to baker, one local man took a complete 180 on his career, and that pivot is helping him get through another tough time.
We are talking about the baker's man, James Ephraim, and he sells his delicious miniature bundt cakes around the Houston area, and he's not letting the current environment get him down. James Ephraim of The Baker's Man is joining us today.
Here in the greatest metropolis in the world, Houston, Texas, The Baker's Man. When you see this face, you're in the right place.
I want to talk first about how you, James, got started baking.
It has to be, I was 12, 13 years old, and just helping my mother out in the kitchen on the holidays. I was just getting in there, shredding carrots and mixing the batter. So, yeah, just doing it with my mom.
You see the sign that says carrot, but affectionately, we call it Dr. Stina. The owner's mother's recipe, the one that launched, the cake that launched the business.
She had a different kind of carrot cake, and like I tell my customers, who buy that, it's going to change your life, so.
How did you get the name, The Baker's Man?
All right, so after I got out of the military, I attended University of St. Thomas. So while I was there, I was part of UNICEF. And just, doing fundraisers, we would do bake sales, and I would always bake something. So my wife, then girlfriend, right, thought it was funny, right, and being cute, and started poking fun at me and called me the Baker's Man. Right? So that's something I stored away. And I was like, I'm probably use this in the future, so.
Right, she thinks that she's taking a jab, but you're like, the wheels are turning. I'm gonna
Right.
You've got such a really cool story because you went from being a full-time employee, you were a banker, you were a Marine, and what made you transform your daytime job into a baking job? What made you switch those roles?
Being a kid, I always had an entrepreneurial spirit.
The cakes are ready. They're calling you out. Say, get up out of bed. Grab us, go back to bed, then eat. And repeat.
I always felt that I had to do this. So I told myself I never wanted to be on my deathbed having any what ifs. So I just tried it and, put it out there in the market, and people, took to it. They liked it, and it just continued to grow.
Now, being a Marine, I'm sure you've learned numerous lessons. Is there anything that applies today from, your time as a Marine?
Adapt and overcome. Yeah, especially now with the pandemic. Some of the ideas that I had moving forward with expanding the business, it had to be scrapped, and I had to adapt to the situation that we were in with the pandemic, overcome it, change the business model, and move forward.
So we've got all 7 flavors here, and it's really going to be hard to choose one, but I think because it's your mom's recipe, it's the one that you started, I think I'm going to have to try the carrot cake. Is that a good choice?
Perfect choice. That's my ultimate favorite. So what I'm known for is the moistness. You see how moist you just dig in there, and then the flavor. So yeah, I think you're going to really enjoy it.
Oh my God. That is fantastic. Oh my goodness. I want to make sure customers know where they can purchase your bundt cakes because you have them spaced out throughout the city.
Currently, every Saturday, I'm at the Urban Harvest Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 to 12. And also at Frank's Pizza downtown and Local Foods in the Village.
All places I am very familiar with. Well, thank you so much for sharing your creations with us. I think that this is phenomenal. I love that you've just taken something that you've loved doing for so long and really have been able to transform it into a business. I know your mom is proud, and I'm glad your wife came up with the idea for the Baker's Man, right?
Right, yeah. Well, thank you so much.
What a cool story.
Right?
I know.
I just want to sing patty cake, Baker's Man. You were so wonderful, and these are so yummy. If viewers mention that they saw the Baker's Man on Houston Live, James is going to offer them $1 off an individual cake, or if you purchase a dozen cakes, you get $5. So good.
These are legit.
Yeah.
This is so good and unbelievable.
So good.
Oh,
I'm
I
so
love
excited.
it. Okay, after the break, guys, looking for ways to get creative this summer? How about writing a book? A local author shares some simple tips to get you started. That's coming up next.
But first, it's Mask Monday. Here's a look at some of the creative masks y'all are wearing around town and at home. Oh, and we want to see yours too. Just snap a pic and share it with us on our Facebook page. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Last year, local author Jana Phillips became a #1 bestseller on Amazon with her first novel, Power Lies.
Well, certainly not an easy feat, but the mystery writer wants to show everyone how it can be done. She's joining us with tips for those who want to be creative during COVID-19. Miss Jana, thanks so much for joining us today. Great to see you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on Houston Live today. This is wonderful. Yes, I'm happy to give tips about what I've used to write my book. So my book, Power Lies.
Yeah, well, let's chat about Power Lies real quick because it's a thriller basically set in the energy industry, right?
Yes, it is. It's based in the electric industry. It's a conspiracy theory. And I worked in the industry for several years. So that's how I got the idea.
Are there little tips inside that really happened, Jenna, or is it all fiction?
Let's just say the names and events have been changed to protect the guilty.
The guilty, I love it.
I love it. Okay, well, let's get started because as we, so many of us think, oh, man, if I wrote a book, or if I had this, I'd put this in the chapter. But I think a lot of times when we think about doing something like this, we think of writer's block, or maybe that hill to climb might just be too big. What's the best way to get started in writing a best-selling novel?
Oh, well, these are the 5 tips that I used. And it was, as you all talked about earlier, on my bucket list. So I was thrilled that it finally came to fruition. But number one, write what you know or what you're really interested in. And especially right now, since we're with the family so much, you could interview your family members to find out what their lives were like, where they came from, what their experiences were. And that would be an easy way to start your book. My number two tip is to write down on a notepad and capture any and every thought you can think of about your story. And just exhaust all your thoughts. This is actually the first notepad I used to write Power Lies.
So sort of like a sketch pad almost.
Yes, yes. And of course, I started the book in the early internet days, so I like to handwrite, but you could use whatever is best for yourself. But the main thing is get all your ideas down. Don't worry about spelling or grammar. Just make sure you don't forget anything.
You could take the notes on your phone even these days. Your phone is with you all the time.
Right.
You just jot it down
exactly.
right there.
Just dictate anytime you think about it, or if you wake up in the middle of the night, jot it down. So the next thing would be to do your research. Make sure that you know everything about your subject matter, no matter what it is. And then the fourth thing would be edit. Just keep working on it as much as possible. And then fifth, when you think you have your draft ready, ask your friends and family to critique it and have them be completely honest.
So most writers, I would imagine, don't want to, let them read something. Is that something that you did? You let them in on what it was you were creating?
I did. My trusted friends, I said, be as critical as possible. I did take several writing classes, and that's a good way because you don't know those people, and it's a completely objective opinion. But I think it's good to get both sides from your, people you know and people you don't know.
Now, the writing classes aren't mandatory, right, Jana? You could, it just would help the book and the editing process and how to explain things a little bit better, but not totally necessary.
Oh, correct. Yes, because there's so many different types of books and genres. This is just a good way to give you an idea about what other people, think are the right ways to write or what helped them. So for me, those were good processes. And in fact, I'm going to be offering a class via Zoom on July 31st, and it will be complimentary to all Houston Life viewers.
Oh, that is so great. So that's on Zoom, and that's coming up at 11 a.m. on July 30th or 31st? The 30th. Okay. Oh, the 30th.
Sure, 30th. Okay.
The 30th. Okay. And again, that's free on Zoom. And I think this is so great because so many of us, as we talk about these bucket list items, Lauren and Jana, I think so many of us think, oh, I can't do that.
Right.
What if we turn that can't into a can and just start writing and starting the process? Because it can happen.
Oh, definitely. Just take your time, and if I can do it, I think anybody can. Just start working on it, and it'll come to fruition.
Jana, are you working on anything else after this one?
I am. I have a series planned for my heroine, and I'm also going to be working on another book about the energy industry with 2 other authors.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we can't wait. Again, that event, How to Write a Book Masterclass, is coming up on Thursday, July 30th at 11 a.m. It is free on Zoom. And we appreciate you, Jana, coming on the show today.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure, and happy reading, and good luck writing, and I hope you enjoy Power Lies.
Wonderful.
Thank you. And for a link to sign up for the masterclass, you can visit our website. Thanks again to Jana.
Absolutely. Great book, by the way, too. You should definitely pick it up. And we'll be right back with more Houston Life. Okay, y'all, this is definitely for me. Coming up on tomorrow's show, we have summer gardening tips. Who am I kidding? We don't have a garden. From watering and fertilizing tips, what you can do now to protect your plants. I do have potted plants, and they so far are surviving.
That's great. In the heat, we're doing
I know.
mazel tov, Courtney.
I don't know what's happening. Something bad must be coming around the corner.
And the Foundational 5, it's 5 essential supplements for optimal health. that you need to incorporate into your daily life. A registered dietitian will share the list and benefits, which is definitely good. I need to up my vitamin game. I take a multivitamin,
Yeah.
but I feel like I could use and benefit from more.
I take quite a few, and I even take them on vacation.
Yeah.
And my kids even know, Mom, what is that? Is that your
Right.
digestion? Is that your, you know, I mean, I
Yeah,
take it for
yeah.
everything, so
Yeah.
I'm just spilling it out there. But I feel so much better
Yeah.
when I am taking them. So you just need to get in the habit and, you know, check with your doctor before you do all those things. But stay hydrated. That's
Yes.
number one during this time. If you guys are out walking, it's crazy hot.
It's so hot.
How fun was this today, girlfriend?
This was so much fun. I'm so glad that you're here and you're back, and I got to see you in person. I would give you a real hug.
It's so strange.
Can I tell you one more of my bucket list items
Yes,
that I've
please do.
always wanted to do, and
Yeah.
I never will do it?
What do you mean never?
I will
you
never
need
do
a
it.
mind shift.
It would have to be weird circumstances to go totally blonde. Like full-on platinum blonde hair.
I think you should do it.
No, my hair would fall out.
No, it wouldn't.
I would have to bleach it. It would.
I think you should do it. I think you should.
Cecilia Kerr
It's
at the upper
summer.
end has made me look nice right now.
It's
until it goes
summertime.
out.
She
I
knows how.
could've-
Look, she knows how to make people lighter.
You're lighter on the top than me.
I am.
You are.
Well, because I've got gray hair.
No, you don't.
It's there, girl.
No.
I mean, or it's coming. I'm just saying. I think you would look great with blonde hair. I thought you were going to say, like, go naked or something. I didn't know what you were going to say.
I do that all the time. Just kidding. Just kidding. I already do that.
She does live with Gabe. Gabe the Babe. Just saying. It was so fun to have you here
you
today.
for having me.
And I had a blast. And seeing you in person is always super fun, girl.
Love you, girl.
And you look great.
Thanks. Mwah. You too.
Y'all look great, too.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
We'll see you tomorrow.